Starting a New Life, full keynote-style speech. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pause for a moment and imagine something extraordinary. Not just a small improvement, not just a minor adjustment, but a complete shift. Imagine the possibility of pressing the reset button on your very existence. Picture yourself standing at the doorway of a brand new chapter. A chapter not defined by the mistakes you've made, the routines you've followed, or the limits you once believed in, but by fresh possibilities. Just the thought alone brings a spark of excitement, doesn't it? Because deep down, every human being longs for the chance to start again, to write a better story, to step into a life that feels more aligned with who we are meant to be. But let me be very clear right from the beginning. Starting a new life doesn't mean running away from the one you're living right now. It doesn't mean throwing everything out, packing your bags, disappearing, and saying, "I'm done with it all." No. Real transformation is far more intentional than that. Starting over is not an act of escape, it is an act of creation. It is the deliberate choice to reimagine, to rebuild, and to renew. And if you're here, if you're listening to this message today, then perhaps you feel that stirring within you, that quiet voice whispering, "It's time." The first principle: creation happens twice. Here's the first truth I want you to remember: all things are created twice. First in the mind. Then in reality. Think about it. Every single thing around you, the chair you're sitting on, the building you're in, the phone in your pocket, existed as an idea before it became a reality. A skyscraper? First drawn on paper. A company? First dreamed up in someone's imagination. A career? First envisioned in someone's heart before it was lived out in the world. Your life is no different. If you want to step into a new reality, you must first design it in your imagination. So let me ask you. What does your new life look like? How does it feel when you wake up in it? What does a day in that life look like from beginning to end? The clearer you are with your vision, the easier it becomes to step toward it. Because clarity creates energy, and energy creates momentum. The power of decision. People often come up to me and say, "How do I begin? How do I turn things around?" And my answer is always this. It starts with a decision. Nothing changes until you decide it must. One powerful, unwavering decision can change the entire trajectory of your life. You see, most people think change is gradual, like it creeps in slowly. But in reality, change begins in an instant. The instant you draw a line in the sand and declare, "Enough. From this day forward, things will be different." That decision is the ignition switch. It's the spark that lights the fire. And from that moment on, every choice, every step, every action aligns with that declaration. So ask yourself right now, have I truly decided? Or have I just been wishing? There's a difference. Wishing is passive. Decision is active. Decision is commitment. The trap of comfort. Starting a new life requires shaking things up. It may require changing your environment. It may require changing your circle of influence. It will definitely require changing your daily habits. And here's the challenge: most people resist change because of one thing: comfort. Isn't it ironic? Even when people are miserable, they cling to what's familiar. Why? Because routines feel safe. Predictability feels secure. But here's the truth you must never forget. Comfort is the enemy of progress. If you are too comfortable, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're slowly decaying. So ask yourself, am I clinging to comfort at the expense of my future? Designing your new life with precision. When you think about creating a new life, don't settle for vague desires. Don't just say, "I want to be happy," or "I want to be successful." Be specific. Be detailed. If you want a new career, what field is it in? Who are the people you're working with? What does your office, your workspace, your daily routine look like? If you want a better relationship, what qualities define it? How do you want to show up for that person? And equally important, what kind of person do you want to become in that relationship? Because clarity isn't just about the life you want, it's about the version of you who can live it. The courage to let go. Here's a critical step that many overlook. To step into a new life, you must be willing to leave the old one behind. Sounds simple, right? But it's not easy. Why? Because we are creatures of attachment. We attach to habits, to people, to beliefs, to identities, even when they no longer serve us. Some people say they want change, but in reality, they're still clinging to the old story. And as long as you cling to the old, you cannot fully step into the new. Familiarity has power. It lulls us into staying stuck. But you must ask yourself, what am I still holding on to that no longer serves me? It may be a toxic relationship. It may be a belief that you're not capable. It may be a habit that numbs you instead of fuels you. Whatever it is, you must have the courage to release it. Because you cannot carry old baggage into a new life. The influence of people around you. Take a close look at the people in your life. There are two types of people. Those who encourage your growth, who lift you higher, who see your potential. Those who keep you anchored to your past, who remind you of your limits, who pull you back into old patterns. If you surround yourself with constant doubters, complainers, and worriers, you'll find yourself echoing their mindset. But if you align with visionaries, people who dream big, who strive, who push forward, then that energy becomes contagious. The people you surround yourself with either pull you back or propel you forward. Choose wisely. The vision of self. Now let's talk about the most important vision of all, the way you see yourself. Because the truth is this, how you see yourself determines how you act. If you see yourself as someone struggling, barely getting by, always one step behind, then your behavior will reflect that. But if you begin to see yourself as capable, resilient, confident, purposeful, your actions will begin to align with that vision. Transformation doesn't start with what you do. It starts with who you believe you are. So the question is, who do you see when you look in the mirror? The language of your life. Words are not just sounds. They are seeds. The language you use, especially in your self-talk, shapes your reality. If you say, I can't, I'm not good enough, I'll never make it, you chain yourself to limitation. But if you speak words of possibility, I can, I am capable, I will figure it out. You plant seeds of growth. Be mindful of your language. Never speak defeat over your own life. Your words create your world. Habits, daily votes for your future. Change isn't built on grand gestures. It's built on small, consistent habits. Every habit is a daily vote for the person you want to become. Want to transform your health? Start with a walk. Drink more water. Add one healthy meal. Want to transform your finances? Save a little. Invest in learning. Eliminate one wasteful expense. Want to grow mentally? Read a page a day. Write your thoughts. Practice gratitude. Success isn't about massive overnight shifts, it's about small disciplines compounded over time. Remember this, the person you'll be 1 year from now is determined by what you do every single day. The burden of regret. One of the heaviest loads people carry is regret. They replay their failures. They dwell on missed opportunities. They live in the shadow of what could have been. But regret is poison. It's like holding heavy stones in each hand while trying to climb a mountain. You can't rise while weighed down by yesterday. Learn from the past, yes. Take the lesson. But then release the weight. Because regret looks back. Vision looks forward. The beliefs that shape reality. Often, it's not circumstances that hold us back, it's beliefs. Beliefs act like lenses, filtering how we see the world. If your lens is cracked, distorted, negative, you'll interpret everything through limitation. To start a new life, you must often adopt new beliefs. Say to yourself, I am worthy of a better life. I am capable of change. I am enough. And repeat it until it takes root. Because when your beliefs change, your world changes. Embracing discomfort. Here's a truth many people don't want to hear. Starting a new life is uncomfortable. Growth always is. You will be stretched. You will be tested. You will doubt yourself. But discomfort is not your enemy. Discomfort is proof that you are stepping out of the old and into the new. So ask yourself, am I willing to be uncomfortable for the sake of transformation? Because if you are, then nothing can stop you. The power of goals. You cannot step into a new life without direction. That's why you need goals. Clear, specific, measurable goals. Goals act like milestones on your journey. They give you focus, they give you purpose, they give you something to move toward. But setting goals once a year and forgetting about them isn't enough. You must keep them front and center. Write them down. Read them daily. Break them into small steps. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Because success builds momentum. The discipline that sustains you. Motivation is great. It gets you started. But motivation fades. What keeps you going when motivation is gone? Discipline. Discipline is the bridge between intention and accomplishment. It's not punishment, it's freedom. It's proof that you can be trusted with your own future. And like a muscle, discipline grows stronger the more you use it. Start small. Stay consistent. Build it daily. Failure as a teacher. Most people see failure as a stop sign. But in reality, failure is a stepping stone. Every failure is feedback. Every mistake teaches you what doesn't work and guides you toward what does. Think of a child learning to walk. They fall, they stumble, they cry, but they always get back up. You must do the same. Failure is not final, it's simply part of the process. Patience with the process. Starting a new life is not an overnight project. Growth takes time. Transformation is gradual. There will be days you feel like nothing is happening. There will be seasons where progress is invisible. But remember, just because you don't see growth doesn't mean it isn't happening. Seeds grow underground before they break the surface. Trust the process. Be patient. Stay consistent. And one day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Embracing the past without being trapped by it. Starting over doesn't mean erasing your past. Your past has value. It shaped you, taught you, strengthened you. Don't run from it. Don't bury it. Embrace it as a teacher, but don't let it define your future. Your past is a chapter, not the whole book. It's never too late. And let me remind you, it is never too late. I've seen people transform their lives at 20, at 40, at 70. Age is not a barrier. Circumstances are not a barrier. The only real barrier is the belief that it's too late. And that belief is a lie. Your story can always be rewritten. Life has seasons. Life unfolds in seasons. Some seasons are for planting. Some are for growing. Some are for harvesting. And some are for resting. If you feel the urge to start anew, maybe this is your season of renewal. A season to plant new seeds, to imagine new beginnings. Give yourself permission to be a beginner again. Don't be afraid of not knowing. Every expert started as a beginner. The role of support and mentorship. And remember, you don't have to walk this path alone. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Seek mentors who have walked the road before you. Their guidance can shorten your learning curve and inspire you to keep going. Community fuels growth. The final call. Life is precious. Life is a gift. And you have the power to shape it into something meaningful, something beautiful, something new. Don't settle for less than what you're capable of. Don't let fear, doubt, or regret hold you back. Decide today. Commit today. Take one small step today. Because within you is everything you need, the strength, the wisdom, the courage. And when you take that first step, the path will unfold before you. Your new life is waiting. And it begins the moment you do.